Most of us don't give it a second thought. You drop your dry cleaning off at the shop and it comes back all nicely wrapped in plastic. Well, it turns out there's a lot that goes on with your clothing once you part with it, and we have the secrets of dry cleaning. Diane McInerney reports.
Hi.
Do you ever wonder what happens to your clothes after you drop them off at the dry cleaners? We've got the dry cleaning industry's top secrets. Let's start with the #1 biggest secret of all.
This is the machine that actually dry cleans your clothes, but is there anything really dry about it?
Dry cleaning is probably the biggest misnomer out there. There is nothing dry about it.
Wayne Edelman, owner of Maurice Garment Care in New York, says dry cleaning simply means there's no water involved in the cleaning process.
It's a liquid,
It's a liquid.
but it's not water.
Exactly. We use a chemical, a solvent, as opposed to using water.
What else should you know? Edelman says don't always believe it when a garment tag says dry clean only. Sometimes it can be washed normally with water, what he calls wet cleaning.
This article of clothing says that it has to be dry cleaned only, does it?
Not necessarily. It's a 100% cotton garment. This garment's labeled dry clean only. We'd like to wet clean it. We think we could do a much better job.
Edelman says you should always ask your cleaner about the best way to clean your clothes. He says clothes you think have to be dry cleaned, like some silk and wool garments, even some cashmere clothing, can be washed at home.
If it's hand washed at home, it's carefully laid out, blocked back into shape and back into size, they come out beautiful.
So what should only be dry cleaned? Edelman says fabrics that shrink when wet, like rayon, and clothing assembled from several pieces, like this blazer.
Because of the interfacings and the paddings in the shoulder, something like this, I would recommend dry cleaning as opposed to wet cleaning.
Another important tip, Edelman says pre-treating a stain can sometimes make things worse. Leave it to the pros. And if you think club soda is a good stain remover, he says think again.
This garment has a stain on it. Some people would see this and they would say, hey, I'll take some club soda, I'll dab it on the stain. That doesn't work?
Well, you might take this club soda, you'll dab it on the stain, and what you'll do is you'll spread the stain out. The carbonation in club soda does nothing, has no stain lifting abilities.
At the cleaners, they pre-treat the toughest stains with a variety of chemicals before putting them in the dry cleaning machine itself. This one can hold 40 pounds of clothes, which leads to something I found truly shocking.
Are my clothes ever washed with someone else's?
Absolutely.
Oh, you're kidding, really?
Well, yeah, they all go together.
The last step, pressing your clothes so they're nice and crisp. So is there anything else you should know? We've got one final tip.
Always remove the plastic upon returning home.
Really, why?
Plastic has acids in it, and as it breaks down, it gives off gases which actually discolor and fade garments.
Happy dry cleaning.